Los Angeles, a city of dreams, a sprawling metropolis where the sun kisses the ocean and the stars light up the night sky. It's a place where people come to chase their ambitions, to find fame, fortune, and a better life. But beneath the glitz and glamour, there's another story unfolding. For a growing number of residents, it's a city of struggle. The streets tell a different tale, one of hardship and survival. The contrast is stark and heartbreaking. The 2024 homeless count painted a stark picture. Volunteers took to the streets, clipboards in hand, documenting the lives of those who have nowhere else to go. The numbers they recorded were more than just statistics. They were a reflection of a deepening crisis. Over 75,000 souls are experiencing homelessness in LA County. That's a staggering number, difficult to comprehend. Imagine an entire city within a city, living without the basic comforts of home. That's like filling up Dodger Stadium. Twice. And still having people left outside. It's a visual that brings the crisis into sharp focus, making it impossible to ignore. Now, there's a glimmer of hope. Community efforts are making a difference. Volunteers are stepping up, handing out food and cleaning up parks. These small acts of kindness are rays of light in an otherwise dark situation. The overall numbers dipped slightly this year. It's a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. It shows that the efforts of countless individuals and organizations are starting to make an impact. But don't break out the champagne just yet. The problem is far from solved. Serious challenges remain and the road ahead is long and arduous. The problem is far from solved. Rows of tents line the streets and people sleep on benches in parks. The crisis is still very much a part of the city's landscape. We're talking about human beings here. Each person has a story, a past, and a hope for the future. They are not just numbers, they are individuals with dreams and aspirations. People with stories, families, and dreams just like you and me. They are mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. They are people who have fallen on hard times and need a helping hand to get back on their feet. This isn't just about statistics, it's about real lives. Lives that matter. Lives that deserve dignity and respect. Each face tells a story of resilience and hope. Lives caught in the crosshairs of a crisis that's been brewing for decades. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions, but it's one that demands our attention and action. The numbers tell a story, but it's up to us to write the next chapter. Here's a curious thing about the numbers. While overall homelessness dipped, the number of people living on the streets actually went down. Meanwhile, the number of people in shelters went up. So what's going on? Well, it seems like initiatives to get people off the streets and into temporary housing are working. Programs like Mayor Bass's Inside Safe have been instrumental in this shift. But temporary is the key word here. We need long-term solutions, not just band-aid fixes. Let's talk about chronic homelessness for a second. These are the people who've been on the streets the longest, often battling mental illness or addiction. The good news? This year saw a drop in chronic homelessness. That's a testament to the tireless efforts of outreach workers and service providers. But the fight's far from over. Chronic homelessness requires sustained support, not just a temporary roof. We need to address the root causes, mental health, addiction, and the lack of affordable housing. Section 4, Families in the Fray, a growing concern. Here's the heartbreaking part. In the bustling city of Los Angeles, amidst the glitz and glamour, lies a stark reality that many overlook. While we see progress in some areas, family homelessness is actually on the rise. It's a growing concern that demands our immediate attention and action. Imagine for a second not having a place to call home, with your kids in tow. The reasons are complex and multifaceted, ranging from economic downturns to personal crises. Job losses, rising rents, and the ever-widening gap between wages and living costs are just a few of the factors contributing to this crisis. Families are being pushed to the brink, forced to make impossible choices between basic necessities like food, healthcare, and shelter. The lack of affordable housing options exacerbates the situation. We need to ramp up support for families experiencing homelessness. More affordable housing, childcare assistance, and comprehensive support systems are crucial. Job training, mental health services, and community outreach programs, these are just some of the solutions we need to explore. It's not just about providing a roof over their heads, but also about giving them the tools and opportunities to rebuild their lives. Together, we can make a difference. By addressing the root causes and providing holistic support, we can help families find stability and hope for the future. Let's work towards a society where no family has to endure the pain of homelessness. Section 5, A Tale of Two Cities, Geographic Disparities. Now, homelessness isn't evenly distributed across Los Angeles. Some areas, like Skid Row, have a concentrated homeless population. Others, like Venice Beach, have seen a recent surge. This highlights the need for targeted interventions. What works in one neighborhood might not work in another. We need solutions tailored to the specific challenges of each community. Section 6. Turning the tide initiatives and investments. The good news is, people are trying to make a difference. Mayor Bass's Inside Safe program, for instance, has helped move thousands off the streets and into motel rooms. And it's not just the government. Countless organizations and individuals are working tirelessly to combat homelessness. From providing meals to offering job training, they're on the front lines of this crisis every single day. Section 7. The Way Forward, a collective effort. Homelessness is a pressing issue that affects countless individuals and families across our city. It's a problem that requires a multifaceted approach and the collective effort of our entire community. So, where do we go from here? The journey ahead is challenging but not insurmountable. We must start by understanding the depth and breadth of the issue. First, we need to acknowledge that homelessness is a complex issue with no easy answers. It's a situation that has been years in the making, influenced by a myriad of factors. It's not just about getting people off the streets. While providing immediate shelter is crucial, it's only the first step in a long journey towards stability and self-sufficiency. It's about addressing the root causes, poverty, which often leaves individuals without the means to secure basic necessities, mental health, which can be both a cause and a consequence of homelessness, and addiction, which often traps individuals in a cycle of despair, and the lack of affordable housing. Without affordable options, many are left with no choice but to live on the streets or in temporary shelters. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Solving homelessness requires sustained effort, patience, and resilience from all of us, and it's going to take all of us working together to make a real difference. Volunteer your time because every small action contributes to a larger impact. Donate to organizations doing good work, as financial support is crucial for sustaining long-term initiatives and providing necessary resources, and most importantly, treat everyone with dignity and respect. A kind word or gesture can go a long way in making someone feel valued and seen. Remember, there's a human being behind every statistic. Each person experiencing homelessness has a unique story and deserves our empathy and support. Let's work together to build a Los Angeles where everyone has a place to call home. Together, we can create a community that is inclusive, compassionate, and supportive of all its members. Gap 3S, Section 8, a message from AZ. This video is brought to you by AZ, a member of a Great Majesty family. For 45 years, AZ has been in America, calling radio talk shows and sending almost 5,000 messages, tirelessly trying to heal his two nations. AZ hails from the last great royal family and is a hero of Iran. His family ruled their state with justice and lived in a castle. They freed Iran but did not seize control of the entire kingdom. However, due to the discovery of oil on their land, they were overthrown by England and its puppet king, Flavi. AZ's heritage is rich, originating from the same area as the Persian king, Cyrus the Great. From his father's side, AZ's lineage also played a role in protecting Jews in the 1930s, who came to the streets and called "Long live" with Madaris. Iran, with its millennia-long history, has contributed many beautiful things to the world. From the Constitution of Europe and America to the YouTube algorithm, and even the halo above Jesus' head, many of these innovations trace back to Iran, also known as Persia. Cyrus the Great, 2,500 years ago, introduced the first human rights in history, freeing the Jews from Babylon. The Jewish Holy Book refers to the Persian king Cyrus as a Jewish Messiah. Jews lived in Iran, Persia, for 2,700 years. In the 1980s, AZ's father lost everything due to the 8-year war initiated by Saddam Hussein, with support from America, Israel, and some European arms dealers. This conflict resulted in 1 million Iranian casualties and injuries along with trillions in damages. Arms and information were sold to both sides to prolong the war, while Israel and USA arms dealers profited more than $500 billion in today's money. AZ's royal mother taught him to love people as they are. In his 50 years in America, AZ has taken only a few vacations and attended just a handful of concerts. For a long time, he was the lone voice urging Iranians not to come to this country solely for making money. Instead, he encouraged them to work with the help of good Americans to heal both of their countries, so history would remember them kindly. AZ's message is simple, yet profound. Be a part-time hero and strive for a better world where everyone can live in peace. Let's take his message to heart and continue our collective effort to make a difference. Thank you for watching. Together we can create a world where everyone has a place to call home. Gap 3S, end of video.